I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side, yeah. St. Thomas and St. John and St. Dry, nothing can come between us but the waters that divide, yeah. Even though we're just a few square miles, I travel around the world with Virgin Island pride, yeah. A lot of people still going through strife, and still we live a joyful life. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, we got so much to lose, yet so much to prove. Hey, Virgin Island teachers never raise no fool. Mama sent me school. Hey, when it's difficult, we still a push through. No matter what the blessings of will continue. We are a people of great value. That's why we stick together like tamarind stew. I remember Queen Mary, we make the fire burn, and Edward Blyden with the Africa vision. Remember St. John with the slave rebellion. General Butler say emancipation. That's why the place nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, we got so much to prove, yet so much to lose. Hey, Virgin Island teachers never raise no fool. Mama sent me school. Yeah. St. Cry produce the band Midnight, and them the kind of roots make the fire ignite, yo. Julian Jackson was a champion in the ring, and now him 3 sons them a do the same thing, yeah. Tim Duncan come from the VI, one of the greatest, and the world can see why, yeah. If you ever ask me where I'm from, born in the Virgin Island, and the whole place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. The Virgin Islands nice, so nice, so nice. Rock City sweet and nice, so nice, so nice. Twin City full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. Love City a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side.
Talking about a land of beauty, we call it paradise. He wants to come down and check we down in the Virgin Isles. We are a share of problems, we know you have yours too. We're doing our best to solve them, we want to welcome you. Come feel our gentle breezes, marvel at a sandy shore. Our crystal sparkling waters, bet you can ask for more. St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, next door to the PDI. Filled up with fascination, your interest will satisfy. Some people they try to top us, but man they just cannot. I suggest you come and join us, because the VI hot. Hey.
I'm so proud to be from the VI, a history like the African style, yeah. St. Thomas and St. John and St. Dry. Nothing can come between us but the waters that divide, yeah. Even though we're just a few square miles, I travel around the world with Virgin Island pride, yeah. A lot of people still going through strife, and still we live a joyful life. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, we got so much to lose, yet so much to prove. Hey, Virgin Island teachers never raise no fool. Mama sent me school. Hey, when it's difficult, we still a push through. No matter what the blessings of will continue. We are a people of great value. That's why we stick together like tamarind stew. Hey, remember Queen Mary, we make the fire burn, and Edward Blyden with the Africa vision. Remember St. John with the slave rebellion. General Butler said emancipation. That's why the place nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, we got so much to prove, yet so much to lose. Hey,
boil fish and fungi, cherry and almonds too, to drink back.
Oh, yeah. Virgin Islands nice, so nice. Sure. I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side, yeah. St. Thomas and St. John and St. Dry, nothing can come between us but the waters that divide, yeah. Even though we're just a few square miles, I travel around the world with Virgin Islands pride, yeah. A lot of people still going through strife, and still we live a joyful life. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Croix full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. We got so much to lose, yet so much to prove. Hey. Virgin Island teachers never raise no food. Mama sent me school. Hey. When it's difficult, we still a push through.
life. Been through finals, game sevens. This is officially the most nervous I've ever been in my life. Been pacing my room all day, so let's see what we get. To my fellow inductees, what an amazing class this is. I'm honored to be here with you, listening to every one of your stories. Amazing stories, and I'm proud to be a part of this class. So my presenter, David, people always ask me, like, what did he tell you? Like what did he show you? And I was like, I don't remember one thing that we sat down and talked about specifically. But what he did was, he was a consummate pro. He was an incredible father. He was an incredible person. Showed me how to be a good teammate, a great person to the community. All those things, not by sitting there and telling me how to do it, but just by being that. So thank you. You're at your best when you face the best. And I want to say thank you to the late, great Kobe Bryant, to KG. You guys demanded the best out of me, and it brought the best out of me. Thank you, guys. My mom and my dad, William and Ione Duncan, a combined 0 basketball knowledge. But they taught me more about the game than anyone else. You heard the mantra that my mom instilled in me: good, better, best, never let it rest till your good is better and your better is your best. They told me and made me have pride in everything I did, be the best at everything I did, be happy with what your role is or where you are, and try to be the best at that. And I'm here because of them. I lost my mom at 14. And in her place, my sisters stepped up to be my mom, my sister, my best friends, Cheryl and Tricia. Thank you. Thank you for all that you brought to me, for being there for me, no matter what it was. It's just, I love you. Thank you. I didn't pick up a ball until I was 14 years old. I was a swimmer. I was happy to be a swimmer. My sister was went to the Olympics. I aspired to go to the Olympics as well. Lost my motivation to be a swimmer when my mom passed. When my island was hit by a Cat 5 hurricane, and my competition side of my swimming was taken away. My fellow classmates at St. Dunstan's, my sister's husband, Ricky, were there to step in and guide this lanky, uncoordinated kid who was way behind, and teach me all about the game, take me all around the island to play in pickup games and leagues and everything else. So to those guys, to Ricky, thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Wake Forest, how did I get there? I was by chance in a game where Alonzo Mourning, I don't even know if you were there, but Alonzo Mourning brought some pros around the islands to play in the game, and my friends called me up and said, "Hey, you want to play in this game against these guys?" And I'm like, absolutely, I want to do that. I make my way to the gym down there, and I don't even know how I played that day. Might have been good, might have been bad. There was a Wake Forest alum in that crew, and he called his coach and said, "Hey, you might want to take a look at this kid." Coach Odom comes down, and he wants to see me play. And the closest court to the hotel that he was staying at is where I went. And we waited around until enough people showed up. I played in a pickup game. Again, no idea how I played, but I played well enough that he offered me a scholarship. He saw something in me, and he took a chance on this kid from the islands. Thank you, Coach O. Thank you for seeing something in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. At that point, I was going to be a redshirt. I went from being a redshirt freshman, arriving at Wake Forest, getting chicken pox 2 weeks later, losing 20 pounds, to being a starter on a team that exact same year because of individuals who are still in my life. Randolph Childress, Mark Lucas, those guys stepped up for me. They went into Coach Odom's office and said, hey, you might want to wait on redshirting this kid. We might be able to use him. So thank you guys. Thank you for seeing that in me. Thank you for stepping up for me. The San Antonio Spurs. All right. What an amazing organization, just through and through, top to bottom. The ownership group, led by the Holtz, your generosity is amazing. You put us in positions every year to compete, and I so appreciate that. Thank you guys for all that you do for us, for me and my family. R.C. Buford and the front office. Every year I was there, we had a team that competed because of you, because of the organization. Quickly, before I get into the rest of this, my docs, Signs and Schmidt, my trainer, Will Sevening, the man who stands in a line of fire for me because I hate talking to people, Tom James, thank you for all that you guys do for me. To the coaches, the video guys, everybody that was there in the gym with me as I tried to get to myself, to my shooting machine, and asked you to leave me alone, but you were there anyway to help me through with whatever I needed. Thank you to the coaches. I'm not even trying to name all of them. To my teammates, Dave, obviously. I had 140 teammates. It was a stat I was given while in my 19 years there. Not going to try to name all of them. I walked into a team led by David with individuals like Avery Johnson, Vinny Del Negro, Sean Elliott, Monty Williams. That team morphed into a younger crew of us with myself, Antonio Daniels, Malik Rose, Bruce Bowen, but we knew how to run a team because of those guys. We knew how to be a team because of those guys. And I thank you for all those lessons you gave us. To look to your left and to look to your right and to have the same guys there year in, year out is unbelievable. It's a blessing beyond what I can put into words. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, I can't wait to see you guys up here and for me not to be up here. It was an honor sharing the court with you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your brotherhood. Thank you for all the experiences that we shared on that court. Thank you. My kids, Sydney, Draven, Quill, I am so excited about what is to come. You guys are amazing people, and I can't wait to see what you guys do, because I know it's going to be great. So my love, Vanessa, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love that you show our family. Thank you for continuing to try to push me outside my box. And I need that, and you do that for me. Thank you. Finally, I don't want to talk about him. He's going to get mad at me if I talk about him. Sorry, Pop. Coach Pop. He's gonna be mad at me, but the standard you set, you showed up after I got drafted, you came to my island, you sat with my friends, my family, you talked with my dad. I thought that was normal. It's not. You're an exceptional person. Thank you for teaching me about basketball, but even beyond that, teach me that's not all about basketball. It's about what's happening in the world, about your family, just for everything. Thank you for being the amazing human being that you are. This story and journey doesn't make sense. I worked my butt off, but I was blessed and guided by so many people and improbable scenarios to get where I am today. So to all the people that I mentioned, to all the ones I didn't, my Spurs family, my Wake Forest family, my Virgin Islands family, thank you. I appreciate and love you all. Good night.
I want to get my and to seek and I felt very uplifted because that was internationally, knowing that he had Bloomberg, the billionaire, backing him. And that is my piece of goodness and gladness, what he have done for the Virgin Islands. And then there's other things that I don't know about.
Well, and that's why I wanted a tribute for him, for him today, and to allow for people to come and just chime in and provide their account of what he's been able, what he has, their recollection of his contribution to the Virgin Islands and what he may have done. Because I truly believe that he's done a lot. And, over the years, I could remember, even when we were honoring him, I think it was in the 21st legislature, we actually honored him. And during that time that we're honoring him, there were little chuckles and little whispers about he doesn't come to the Virgin Islands, he doesn't come back and do anything, he don't make any contributions. And we heard it repeatedly, and when it truly counted, he was there. He came back.
Yes, he was.
After the hurricanes, he brought supplies. He contributed in every way that he possibly could. And there is no question about it. And it just speak volumes about his character. And I had the opportunity, the distinct pleasure, when we were honoring him, we sat at Gertrude's, one of my favorite restaurants in St. Croix. And while at Gertrude's, just to sit next to him and observe his demeanor, and then be able to interact with him, he was so humble, not really a boisterous person in any way. He let his playing speak for him, and not really his voice. So
I agree in that, because when I look at the tons and tons and tons of contribution that he have made, when majority of people didn't have nothing in the house. Okay? And the thing of it is that I would have to agree with you, his character his characteristicness that he have, calm, cool, and collective. And I can be honest, since I've been in the Virgin Islands, he's the only one that made such a large contribution with tons and tons and tons and tons of aids.
Yeah. I've never seen that done in the past.
Exactly.
And I mean, I'm talking about an accomplished athlete who leaves the Virgin Islands and really come back. And I think that's where he separates himself from a majority.
Exactly. And Fonz, thank you very much. I just had to put my little 2 cents in.
Yeah, thanks for calling, Rigo.
Okay, thank you.
You have a nice day. Yes, I mean, we could go on and on about Timmy Duncan, but I even had some captions here of Timmy where he was actually praised by none other than Bill Russell. And to hear Bill Russell talk about him and say how he admire him, you know, it was so touching for me, because what it said to me is that he's appreciated, but he's actually noticed by even the elite when it comes to the basketball world. Go to another telephone call. Good morning, you're on the air. Connect the dots.
Connect the dots. Good morning, how are you doing?
I'm fine, blessed. How are you?
Good, man, good. I couldn't help, I would be remiss if I didn't call in today, because I tell you, I'm listening to what's going on, and I would say that I want to thank you for what you're doing and advising the people, because, of course, what's been going on is, in many countries, when you have someone who has achieved the level that Mr. Duncan has, and an individual from the territory, it sends a message to all our children as well, for them to follow and see how appreciative we are of our growth and our contribution to our young minds. So I'm calling from Davos, all on the other side of the world, but I just couldn't help but to call in and really thank you for bringing this awareness to the people of the territory as well. I don't see any public service announcement by the government of the Virgin Islands concerning the achievement of this scholar and this man who has definitely is a son of the soil. And while others are really, really recognizing him all over the world, our government has not stepped up to the plate. So I want to thank you for doing that. And I know that everyone who's listening, and for the video that you pretty much was able to highlight on Facebook, that people are very appreciative to have been engaged to see and hear for themselves what this young man has said about his home and the people in his family as well. And to you, who've been a part of his life as well, thank you for being such an endeavor in his life for where he's at today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for calling. I mean, I can't say it enough, and I'm sure that people appreciate your comments. Even those who have followed Timmy's career closely can appreciate your comments. And I just think that he needs to be recognized. And when you dive into his past as it relates to academics and how he forego even being drafted to the NBA that year, I believe it was a junior year, and he said no. He promised his parents that he would in fact finish college and get a degree before he enters the draft. That, for me, that just spoke so much about his character.
You know, Mr. Donnersberg, I'm in Davos, Switzerland right now, and the young minds in the schools are pretty much some of the presenters at the forum that I'm attending, or forums actually, and the students are recognized by the corporations that are paying them to do the presentation. Students now. And they're speaking to other business owners of the like of Tesla and of Jeff Bezos and all these individuals as far as what they're doing in selling a product. But it's the students that this country recognizes and pushing them forward, excelling them forward so that they are prepared for tomorrow. Yeah. So with what you're doing, I see exactly where you're heading, and I do support and definitely in agreement of you encouraging it. And you continue to be that voice that I think a lot of people haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
Of our young generation, from boxing to, I mean, you've been just pretty much all over when it comes to our youth in so many ways. And a man is never a king in his own home, because some of the reasons are that people really don't take the time to listen. But I think that the territory is listening now, and that the people are really understanding that you really have a vested interest in the well-being of our youth and our seniors alike going forward. So I want to thank you for allowing me to interject a little bit, and thank you for all you're doing. Thank you.
And thank you for calling. Thanks for your contribution. You have a great day. Good morning. You on the air. Connect the dots.
Good morning. Maybe the day he was inducted, the VI legislature should call it Timmy Duncan Day. This is Edna Roebuck.
Okay, how are you?
Fine.
Oh, you're close to your radio. Well,
yeah, they should. Maybe they could call it Timmy Duncan Day or something.
Yeah.
Designate a day or something for him. I mean, you know.
Well, most definitely. I mean, a picture was erected of him on St. Croix, there to the airport, and I'm hoping that not recently, but from before. I think the hurricane may have damaged it. I'm not sure. I believe that they had returned it, but I'm looking forward to see, like, you know, those bronze statue and stuff that they have there at the Lakers Stadium, at all these different stadiums of their players who were successful and accomplished certain milestones.
Each one of our Virgin Island heroes should be given a day.
Yeah.
In the year they accomplish, in the date they accomplish whatever they accomplish, that should be the day they should designate as their day. It's about time we recognize, you know.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. Fully agree.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, you have a wonderful day.
Yes,
this program would not be possible without some very gracious and, you know, I'm thankful to sponsors that have made this program possible. So I just want to play a couple of commercials just to thank them and encourage each and every one of you to maybe visit their establishments. Well, I guess that was actually catching it.
And Crystal Blue Water, we are sure the experience will be unique. Monday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come and enjoy Catch Up the Day on Cookie Point Beach.
But we'll try to figure that out some other time. But this is, for me, this is certainly Timmy Duncan Day that we're having this discussion this morning about Timmy Duncan. Oh, I missed the call. Sorry, if the caller wants to call back, we have a couple of calls that got cut off, but the number to call here is 340-774-1340 here at WSTA. But Timmy, there's so much that we could actually say about Timmy Duncan. But here is what I pray for and I hope. I'm sure that Timmy Duncan has been an inspiration to a lot of young people in the Virgin Islands. Inspiration in terms of, if Timmy could have done it, that's a Virgin Islander. Born here in the Virgin Islands, bred and born in the Virgin Islands, and he was able to achieve that stardom. Guess what? We're looking for the next Timmy Duncan, and we're sure that he would have inspired someone else. Good morning, you're on the air. Connect the dots.
Good morning. Connect the dots. How would a lot of people feel if Mr. Tim Duncan would be running for governor in the next 2 years?
Well, you know what? I think he would win with a landslide.
I think he have a lot of time between now and then to either run for governor or lieutenant governor and give him that name that he deserves.
Well, there would only be...
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts is, first of all, I'm not sure that he would qualify under the residency requirement. You have to.
But in that period of time, would he be qualified then?
No, because it's approximately, I believe, 5 years. You have to be residing in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and that is consecutively.
So who made that law, the Senate or the executive branch?
I think that goes way back. It's in the Organic Act.
So who can change that Organic Act?
The United States Congress.
We have to do something about it. It's very have us back with this Organic Act. So we have to open up the stream more bigger now.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite...
It's our fault. It's nobody's fault. It's our fault because Congress gives us that authorization to change it when we want. Okay?
Yeah. Well, I'm quite sure that everyone would have their perspective on that, you know?
Yes, so Tim Duncan for governor, or lieutenant governor, either one. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for calling. Yes, folks. You know, I'm not surprised by that. I've heard that talk on the street already, that that Timmy would be a formidable candidate for highest office, and then, you know, just recognizing Timmy for what he have accomplished. I'm not sure that Timmy is even interested in the politics. Knowing him, the person that I met back at Gertrude's years ago, it's a very soft-spoken person, very humble, and really does not he does not really indulge in politics. So I'm not sure that that, you know, Timmy would have wanted even to venture that. But today is Timmy Day on this radio program. Good morning. You're on the air. Connect the dots.
Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I just called to thank you for recognizing Tim Duncan, and I also commend him. You know, he's all the things that he did after the hurricane, all the ways that he tried to help the people of the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
And I really commend you for recognizing this morning. I commend him as well. And I think this is something positive for the people of the Virgin Islands to think about. You know, everything isn't negative and, you know, bad and critical. And so we have to look at the positive things that are happening in the Virgin Islands as well, too. And this is definitely a positive thing that, you know, I remember all that he did after the hurricane, you know, all the contributions that were made at that time.
Yeah.
So, okay,
yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Well, thank you for calling.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yes, and it goes on, and, you know, I think that, and when you look at Timmy, you look at his demeanor, you look at the kind of individual that he is, I don't think he was making any contributions for the purpose of seeking attention or anything. And that's what impresses me about him. He's so mild-mannered, and he's just the type of person that he's just a giving person. And to see how he was able to, how he came back to the Virgin Islands right after the hurricane and was actually donating all types of stuff, and people showed up in numbers. Those people appreciate what Timmy did. And, you know, when he was recognized, just his recognition, it was heartwarming for me. Good morning, you're on the air. Connect the dots.
Good morning, Mr. Donastar.
Yes, morning, sir.
It's Mikey here. I'm just making a little. I really congratulate you on your efforts this morning with this program. It's been very uplifting. I just hope that the people in government for umpteen years, so many athletes here have been totally neglected. The government here has never had the foresight to see the vision and the productivity of what sports is all about.
Yeah.
As far as helping to build the image and the economy of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm so happy that Timmy made it, but it's so many more that could have made it, especially in basketball here in the past 25, 30 years. And because of lack of equipment, lack of finance funding, I mean, it's sickening around here that the government here has money for everything, and these people are educated people in our government and still do not realize the that sports presents to the economy and the image of the Virgin Islands. We have so many young, talented kids around here, and they're just being recognized by us off of sheer talent. There's very little programs, very little funding, very to support the dreams and aspirations of these young athletes. Also, the fact that we have had a tremendous migration of Latin people into this place. We also have a lot of young, talented Spanish-speaking kids here, living here, with tremendous physical potential as well. How can this government continue to ignore the opportunity to produce as many Tim Duncans as possible? And I close my remarks again by saying I hope that some of these government officials who are in charge of distributing funds and allocating funds towards hope, I hope that this may be an awakening, a true awakening with the Department of Tourism to realize the importance of developing your athletes and giving them a true chance to be somebody in life. I thank you again for this program, and I'll leave the rest of your other listeners.
No, thank you. Thanks for calling. Thanks for your contribution.
Okay.
Yes, and the caller is absolutely right. I mean, when you talk about sports and entertainment tourism, many states, many countries are developing different marketing strategies and developing their athletic programs to really capitalize on this. And let me narrow it down to the sports tourism. Sports is, in fact, an avenue for some young people who are may not be academically inclined, but they may be athletically inclined, and it would be the perfect tool to try to encourage them to understand the value of academics as well. Good morning, you on the air, connect the dots.
Good morning, Fanzi. Let me just piggyback off of what the young man was just saying. But in reference to producing a lot of athletes and youths like Tim Duncan, it first starts in the home, eh?
Yeah.
We have children making children, and a lot of these youth ain't being raised right. So they don't have the same mindset. Like you said, he's a very humble and generous individual. And we're going to have to, in order to bring another Tim Duncan of that sort, then we have to raise our children then in a different manner. Couple that with the education, we got to bring back folk ed. We have got to catch these children from young and make their minds more susceptible to folk ed and sports. You know? So, because it ain't all about just academics no more.
Yeah.
You know? So we got to be able to push our children them forward from the womb. You know, in order for them to come out here and really be successful and able to really enjoy life. When you look at these youth, you know, you're really sorry and sad for them. You know, it's a scary time, you know, but all is not lost. All is not lost. We need to start just catching our youth from elementary and bringing them up right. It takes a village, and we got to get back to that. It takes a village. These young parents, you can't tell the children them nothing. They're looking to come fight you. So what you think will happen? You understand? The teachers them ain't looking to get us up in trouble. You can't discipline a child no more. You talk to them too hard. They go home to tell the parents one thing. Some of them ain't even coming to find out what's going on. And next thing you know, there's a whole heap of something going on. So we're leaving our children them to fall between the cracks. You know? But we have to get back to it. By hook, we have to get back to it if it's just for the sake of our youth. You have a blessed one.
You as well, and thanks for calling. Absolutely. The caller is absolutely right. You know, there's a lot of variables, a lot of contributions that have to be made in order to make it wholesome, in order for us to be able to, you know, ensure that a lot of the young people are coming out to the Virgin Islands and coming out to be productive citizens. But it also, we have to be able to make our contribution, and that has to be a significant contribution with how we support the athletic programs, how we develop these programs, whether or not we provide the resources that they need on these programs, and how do we combine the academics with the athletics to ensure that, again, that should they fail in their pursuit to become a professional athlete, what do they have to stand on after? An education, a good education. So if they have a good education to stand on, at least they would be able to survive or become productive citizens in whatever community they choose to live. But, like I said, I hope that Timmy Duncan serves as an inspiration to a lot of the young people, and that they're paying attention to what he's been able to accomplish. And I mean, under the most unusual circumstances, and he can, in fact, share that experience with many. Experiencing Hurricane Hugo, that totally disrupted his life, where he was a swimmer, and because the swimming pool and the facility where he used to go and swim was ravaged by Hurricane Hugo, he was forced to leave the island and go out to the United States. But before he left, again, we talk about the formative years of a young person. And those formative years being 0 to 8 years of age is when they start to learn the most. And that's an important period during a young person's upbringing. So Timmy Duncan, when you talk about his formative years on the island of St. Croix, I remember him playing basketball right there in Catherine Rest as a youngster, and not noting the talent, but that talent came out in him. He was able to leave, and I mean, picking up a basketball for the first time at 14 years of age. A lot of the real professional basketballers you see start playing basketball from the time they're 6 years, 7 years of age. He started and picked up a basketball at 14, but the one thing that he may have had in him was that discipline that came from swimming. Again, another sport that he was able. So I'm down to the end of the hour, and I want to wrap it up. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for listening and tuning in this morning as we discussed athletics, but we paid a tribute to Timmy Duncan, who continues to make us proud. So may each and every one of you have a blessed day and a productive week.
People come, let we go. Turn up the radio. This is the people show. No matter where we go. Connect the dots, family. Connect the dots, unity. Connect the dots, for you and me. Connect the dots.
We want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to Connecting the Dots, as we look forward to hearing from you next Monday.
Connecting people.
Le Blue Agua es la mejor agua del mundo.
Mira, ¿no habla español?
Sí, yo te estoy diciendo.